Patch 10.2.5 is now out for WoW and brings with it a pretty interesting change in Havoc Demon Hunter. Now, while it's not fully implemented yet, this could have some implications on our build changes in the future. So we're gonna go over that change, why it's kind of weird, and what it could mean for us moving forward. You're probably wondering what changes I'm talking about, and that is going to be to Elysian Decree and the Hunt. Now, right now, nothing's really changed aside from their kind of look, right? So their old looks are gonna be the Shadowlands ones. You guys know it all well. I'll pop them on the screen. The Hunt was like a bluey thing for Ardenweald, and then Elysian Decree was, of course, the big blue sigil. And they still look like that, but now they're gonna look a little different. So we just go pop my thing off here. The Hunt is now this green thing, and they've changed the sound. Personally, I miss the old Hunt a lot. That's the new Hunt. And if I can just open up my spellbook here and to grab Elysian Decree, throw it on the ground. You can see here it does a big green sigil. I actually kind of like that one. I do think it looks really cool. Now, those have been changed to kind of match the Demon Hunter, like, sort of aesthetic, so to speak, right? To match what we're looking like, to match what Havoc does. What is this? Oh, okay, that's a weird bug. Anyways, I don't know why that's there, but as I was saying, they were changed to kind of match what Havoc looked like, what Vengeance looked like, all that stuff. Now, on top of that, there is one small thing, which is kind of the main reason here. So if we check my talents, I do have any means necessary talented. You can see here that Elysian Decree does chaos, and this does chaos. If I remove Elysian Decree and just put it into another point, not Elysian Decree, sorry, any means necessary, and put it into another point, you can see here it says chaos damage still, and this also still says chaos damage. Now, there's an issue with that. So if we wait for these things to recharge, we can check on our details the damage had to do. You can see here that these are chromatic, or the dot's nature, but like whatever. So this is chromatic, which is chaos damage, same thing. And now if we throw it out there again, we can see that it does do chaos still, chromatic still. But the thing there is it actually doesn't scale with our mastery, which is funny. So we look here, it does 60,000 damage. If I equip any means necessary, I'm gonna do a ton more. So the Hunt's the same thing. See here, it goes up to 103,000 updated. So any means necessary is not working. Well, not any means necessary. These are not working right now. On top of that, I'll show you guys the Hunt, but the Hunt itself is the same thing. It's gonna do a lot less damage without any means necessary. 79,000 instead of like 100 something thousand. And if we hunt in here, you can see that the initial hit is chaos. Then if we look and I move my little guy here, you can see it's doing nature damage over here, the dot. So some things were definitely missed. Now the reason why things were missed is because Reels, the class dev, didn't actually do this stuff. But it's on his list of things to change. So obviously right now that means that nothing's actually changing, but in the future it could actually have some interesting applications. So essentially, the reason why these aren't working is because of how Havoc's mastery works. And I'll be right back, actually. I'm going to pull up kind of the mastery just to show you what I mean. So I'm back on Wowhead, and this is Havoc's mastery. Mastery Demonic Presence. And what it does is it increases your chaos damage by your mastery percent. And then can also give you move speed with the added talent. Now, the thing here is that this doesn't work how a lot of people would think it works when you read it. And that's very common for WoW. Basically what this is it doesn't actually increase all your chaos damage. It increases the chaos damage of the abilities on this list here, on this white list. So if an ability is not on this white list here, then it's not actually impacted by your mastery. So we can see here that nothing was actually changed about this this mastery recently. If we look at the change log, there's no actual changes since 10.0. We can see there's nothing actually that's been changed. So when they went and they changed the Hunt and they changed Elysian Decree to chaos damage, they didn't actually add it to our mastery whitelist, which means it doesn't actually scale with our mastery. If you look back in the game, this does still scale with any means necessary. So they basically left it as if it had to scale with any means necessary and made it so it didn't scale on our whitelist. So basically until that's fixed, nothing changes. But once that is fixed, there are some interesting implications from this, which we're gonna get to right now. So here I am with some sims. Now this is my current top gear sim using Fell Devastation. And we can see here that Fell Devastation does like 2.2% or 1.5 million of my damage. And that's out of like a lot of damage, right? So if we look over here, this is one with Elysian Decree. Now the thing to note here, this is with any means necessary, and this is not what Elysian Decree used well. If we go down and look at how the sim is used, we can see it's used personally without any initiative buffs or inertia buffs, sorry. or initiative for that matter. Actually, it's opening with it, and it's also not being done with the trinket whenever available. This is a 1 minute thing, so every minute you should have this with, or every 2 minutes, sorry, every second use should be with the trinket. None of that's being done, no potion, nothing. So this is with very subpar usage. Now, with any means necessary, we know that it's an 80% mastery scaling. So our base mastery is 14%, and this is 11%, which is roughly 80% of the total value. So Elysian Decree, if you buff that by 20% or do times 1.2, that's roughly 1.48 million compared to the 1.58 million here. Now, again, this is with this being very poorly used. So I'm very confident that if this change does come through, we actually will end up using Elysian Decree in pure single target, which is pretty interesting, honestly. This will also be a buff to the hunt by 20%. I didn't actually calculate that, but 20% of 5.6 is a pretty sizable number, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I honestly might expect to see these things tune down a bit. There's also a weird thing where they've actually not really been nerfing Pell Devastation as much as they should be. They've been like nerfing the wrong one. I don't know, it's very weird. But Pell Devastation should be doing less than it actually currently is. The nerfs haven't actually been working on it or something. It should be doing like 40% less, which is funny, but is what it is. But yeah, so whenever those changes come through, the buff to the hunt and the buff to Elysian Decree might actually make us change our builds to this. Now, there is one more further cook. I don't have sims for this because it's hard to kind of model it because things aren't working. Also, pardon the bells and stuff, my cat's playing. But with us swapping to Elysian Decree and the hunt, because those are chaos damage, any means necessary loses a lot of value. All it's really buffing at this point is Fellblade, the Immolation Aura stuff, Demon's Blades, and Sigil of Flame. And that's not a ton. So there's a real chance that we actually end up dropping any means necessary if these things happen. Of course, that's a maybe. We'd probably drop it for like Inner Demon or something, which could give some cool cleave. And of course, this is only on single target in AoE. Any means necessary is always gonna be strong because of Immolation Aura and because of Collective Anguish, which we would still take. So interesting ramifications from these changes. Obviously, it makes them look cool, but them becoming chaos actually does change some things in terms of our mastery scaling and in terms of any means necessary and if we take it. Now, nothing's set in stone. This could change, but if this does come to pass, then I will have a video on it. So I want to just update you guys on what's going on with the new changes. Nothing's really changing right now, but in the future, we could see these changes to our builds. So Reels is on it. He's saying it's going to come in the future. We'll see. But when that happens, I'll have another video going over how the changes actually impact us. So that is it for the video today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you drop a comment, a like, and a sub. We are actually like almost to 10,000. We're at like 9.4 thousand or something, which is crazy. So I want to thank you all so much. You guys are amazing. And I just really appreciate all the support. Yeah, nothing else to say. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday. Happy 10.2.5. Go reclaim Vilneus or whatever, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. A big thank you to all my channel members. Thank you Sky Elk, Fede Gregori, Andrew Kino, Guillermo Lamas, Period, Brad Wisniak, It's Bulk, Magic Man 133, and Howley. Thank you all so much. You guys are amazing, and I really appreciate the extra support. If you guys want to support me, consider becoming a channel member below. You get access to exclusive videos and some emotes to use in comments and stuff, as well as a special part of my Discord. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate it, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.